Oh my goodness. Well, good morning, everyone. Or no, actually, it's officially afternoon in most of the world. I'm assuming everybody's in the afternoon uh, time time zone. We are on our third series of Stroll down memory lane, and this is going to be a great show as well. But all of our themes obviously stroll down memory lane musically, but we're also taking a stroll down memory lane with these amazing products that we have. And we've had all of our Fletcher artists featuring some of the most impressive models of its time. And Joe today is going to be playing some amazing songs, got a great selection of music, and he's going to be doing it all on the luxurious, savvy, I make this stuff up as I go, Lowrey Stardust. So, with that said, let's turn it over to Mr. Joe Fontechia. Wait, my crowd is going to applaud for you, give you an opening applaud.
All right, Robert. Thank you. Thank you. Love and applause, especially in Zoom. And incidentally, folks, I feel very honored again. I am playing on one of my favorites of all time because I used to travel, and boy, I've done concerts and concerts and concerts on what we call the Stardust. And it's really unique because of its speaker sounds. And I'm going to pull the roll top up, and it's has a beautiful, beautiful colored screen that is in front of you. What's really unique about it, it has 11 speakers. And the first number that I'm going to do uses every one of those speakers. Believe it or not, there's 340 watts of sound that goes through this. And I have something called a controller, which is the monitor. And I'm going to get into a lot of what we call presets, but there is, you won't believe the number. I had to look this up again. I thought I was wrong. It's 2,000, if you want to write this down, 2,903 presets. So we're going to be here a long time because I'm going to try to cover, well, not really, as many of those as I can. Is that all right? Okay. And also there is what we call song setup. You will have over 600 of these available to you. 600. And then the style setup, which I like. The style list is really good. So I'm going to get into some of the features. Now, this is a stroll down memory lane. So, of course, I think the first song that would be appropriate is a song called Memories. And this has a signature arrangement. Listen to it. It actually is the introduction for the song Memories. Thank you. Thank you. That was Memories. And there's actually a change of key in that in another section because it goes on for it's about 5 pages long to really play the whole song. So I just gave you 2 pages of it, but I hope you appreciated the speaker sounds. They were controlled. If you can't really see it, but I have over here on the right side, it is called monitor speakers, and I can control that when I play so that I can have a much louder speaker sound. Because there's, like I said, there's 11 speakers up on top, on the bottom, and everything is controlled. Later, I'm going to be playing the piano, and boy, you could really hear like I'm playing on a concert grand because you actually have the piano sound so low, and then you have the piano sound so high. So that's that one. Now, since it's a thing down memory lane, one of the hardest things that I had to learn was in 2 instruments. In piano, I learned to do this song with my left hand, and then when I got to the organ, I learned to do this with the pedals in the organ. So I did it on the piano with my left hand, and then I learned it. And then we came up with this on the instrument, and it is called the Boogie Woogie. For those of you, you don't have to spend 5 to 10 years learning how to do this because you have the feature on here called Boogie Woogie. And with one finger, it'll do all that fancy pedal work. I hate this thing because all the years of studying this. So I'm going to let the organ do, the Stardust do this. So here's the original Boogie Woogie.
Beautiful, Joe. Beautiful.
Wow. Again, like I said, that feature on there has such a bass pattern that takes years and years to learn. It's called the Boogie Woogie, and I really, really enjoy that. I just think it has such a great beat, great bass. Takes years to learn, and you could just do it by just hitting one note. Oh, you lucky. And that's in the Stardust, folks. I hope you enjoy it. And way back when, I was in a recording studio, and I mean, I was very young. I was in my teens, and we used to practice on Tuesday night. And this group came in, and they were trying to copy. They had harmonicas, and they were saying that we want to copy a group, and it was called the Harmonicats. So we accompanied them. They weren't the Harmonicats, but they wanted to duplicate because they had a hit, the Harmonicats. It was a song that was called Peg of My Heart. And we actually have that arrangement in here for you, and it actually has the way the Harmonicats played it. So I just wanted to play again down memory lane. So it just kind of remembered what we were playing. And then these harmonicas did, they played another song, which I'm going to add to the little medley of Peg of My Heart. Wow, does that bring back some memories? Thank you. Love that applause. I tell you, I love that applause. Now, in the window, we have song setups and song styles. And I happen to be looking at some of them, and I remember a hit song. There's a real story behind this Alley Cat story that I'm going to play for you. Because at the time that I was in this recording studio, this became famous, and they were looking for somebody else to duplicate the Alley Cat sound. So whenever we get together, I'll tell you the rest of that story. But this song was done two ways. Now, when I say it was done two ways, when we do it, I'm going to set it up, and the way it's going to be what's in the organ, but actually it was done two ways because a guy by the name of Lenny D did this, and then we also had a piano player do it. So here is Alley Cat, and I hope you enjoy it. It's kind of fun to play too. About that. Thank you.
Great. That's really good.
I tell you, some of these songs that I'm playing for you are called Back to Memory Lane. Thank you all. I hope you guys are enjoying it and having some fun and enjoying the Stardust. It really is one of the true organs per se. When I say organ sounds, that's what this really has. When I play it, because in fact I'm going to kind of change the program because I'd like to do a category preset here that is one that is pretty beautiful. It's called Lush, and Lush is in the category presets for those that like beautiful organ sounds. This has soft blend, organ blend, open sounds, string sounds, orchestras with horns. It has chorus, even a group of Lush piano reeds, and brass. So if you're a person that just wants to play without the rhythm, this is absolutely just gorgeous. So I'm just going to throw this in a couple of nice little songs that are done what I do without the orchestra behind. Because this is the way I learned to play, which was to use the beautiful organ sounds. Now where it is, so to let you know, under the category presets. These are specially over in one area, and depending on how many you have, you'll have one that says theater, country, big band, shows, Latin. Then the more category gives you some of the specialty stuff, and that's one that is beautiful. love playing that way without any of the background. That's in the category presets. And it's all of those special ones that were there. But hope you like that. I didn't have that in my program. As always, I change things around. I don't know why I do that, but I do. It's just because the way I feel about a rhythm or a style. We then have something, and I haven't done it, is a Latin, which again in the series of the 1960s, the rumbas, the bossa novas, all came out. And what's really funny is I was listening to a Pres Prado play, and I didn't realize that whenever he does a number, that in the middle of the number he grunts. I don't know why it is. So if I happen to do that in the middle of this Latin, don't think I'm having convulsions, because he does this all the time. If ever you listen to his recordings, you will hear them all do this. All the time. I don't know why. So next time we have a concert where I have people here, you're all going to have to practice this grunt. So be prepared. So when we do this, so here is a great Latin thing, and I hope you enjoy it. It's kind of fun to play, and we're going to do one that you know. It's called Spanish Eyes.
Wow.
I tell you.
I think they left that out of our organ.
I have so much fun with that. So I hope you enjoy that. That was
I don't know why you were
Latin
listening.
songs there that I did, Spanish Eyes. And the other one was Never on Sunday. So if you were guests wanting to know what the name of that was Never on Sunday. I have another category preset. And what's so good about this category preset, it's actually in the Stardust. It's called Holidays. And I know it's early to play this, but since I'm showing you some of the great features of the Stardust, This has beautiful, unbelievable Christmas harmonies and sounds. So all you have to do is put on the holiday category, and then you have 10 beautiful sounds all set up for you. So I'm just going to play a couple of Christmas songs real quick. I know it's a little early because it's snowing here in outside our door right now, but that's okay. It'll melt quickly here. So, and if you are from up north, I understand you're having terrible weather, so I'm sorry about that. But we are just absolutely beautiful outside here in Sun City Center. In fact, the crowd out there is just amazing. You ought to see that. So I hope you all are enjoying some of these great features. And as I mentioned so far, we have the category presets. I have the general presets in front. We have song setups. We've had some beautiful harmony. We've got that gorgeous speaker system going. So you really, for those of you that maybe have some smaller instruments and we're thinking of maybe, and I just have to say this, maybe move up, really the Stardust will give you that true organ sounds that are just missing some on some of the later organs per se. So here is the category presets, and just listen. Here's the first sound you're going to hear. And then there's a beautiful holiday organ. And then there's Leroy Anderson Strait. The chorus. Celeste. Flutes in the pipe. And then a beautiful brass. Just gorgeous, gorgeous sounds. I hope you enjoy. Here's just a couple of Christmas songs, real short, just to give you an idea. So again, I'm not going to use rhythm, but I might throw in one just for the heck of it, because there's a song that I think needs a drum in it, okay? unbelievable, beautiful sounds. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it's a little early, but that gives you an idea. There's something called Holiday. Something we have that is called Holiday in our category presets. And all you do is push that on, and it has beautiful 10 different sounds. And of course, you could add an orchestra with it, as I did. I added the bolero beat to Little Drummer Boy. So if somebody wants to know if you're going to play and learn Little Drummer Boy, the bolero is a perfect beat for that. Okay. So and if anybody wants more information about that, too bad. No, you can call Joni Monero or you can call myself. We're here at Sun City, and we'll give you some more information about the setups for that. So I hope you've enjoyed some of the special things. I have 2 other numbers I'd like to do for you. And the one, because it's memories of the past, and what I want to do is I'm going to set up the piano, because I wanted to show you the piano sound and that we have on here that is really quite unique. And actually it's a Liberace piano, but I'm going to do change it up a little bit from the Liberace piano. It's called Mr. Showman. And why I'm going to change it up is because the Liberace plays in what is called octaves, and this song doesn't want to do. It has octaves, so when I play it, we have these octaves that are played, and I don't want to have that octave played, so I'm going to change it up. So it's really, really, really nice. So, and I'm going to take off the rhythm. So all I'm going to have. So here is the low sound. And then this is the real high sound that I have. So I have the full length of a concert grand. So here's one of the Beatles songs, and in fact, I happened to see Frank Sinatra in concert, and Frank Sinatra, when he was says he's going to do a Beatles song, and he said to him this was one of the most beautiful Beatles songs ever written, and it was called Something. So I'm going to play the piano, and it goes back in time, and when the Beatles had this song, there's a lot of stories behind the title and the writing of this song. You might want to look it up. It really is quite interesting. They actually made a movie about this song of them writing it. So if you want to give nostalgia buffs, might look it up. So here is the song called Something, and I'm going to use a nice, beautiful piano sound, and I'm going to put the attack. We have 2 things we can do. I can actually have this played as a piano, where I hit it hard and hit it soft. Okay, and also we have to the left, I can make it sustain like a damper pedal. So I'm actually going to be playing it like a piano. So keep that in mind. Also, when you play a piano, piano doesn't breathe. Like if you're playing a clarinet or a trumpet, you have to breathe against your. But piano, you don't. You can play forever. So what we have, we call it phrasing with our hands. So you're going to see me do this. That's how we get the breath into the piano. So I hope you enjoy it. I really love this arrangement that I made of it. It's called Something. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna turn this over to our masters of ceremony, Robert, if he's available, because he said he had a couple things to say to everybody before I give you a most unusual finale.
Masters of ceremony, huh? Well, how was that show so far, folks? What do you think?
Absolutely great.
Those of you I can see, yeah, okay, good. Big round of applause. Yeah, we have Joe's got a finale here, and I know what the finale is, and you're not going to want to go anywhere because it's pretty cool. But I want to, I always get a kick out of watching all the different staff members playing all these different models because I always get to see and hear these instruments in ways that I've never have. And as long as the Stardust has been around, I've got some great pointers that I'm going to use in some of my future demonstrations. It is, by the way, the Stardust, I know Joe said it several times, but in its time, it was really one of Lowrey's best values and still to this day represents one of our best values. And the reason for that is the Lowrey Stardust was, when it was selling new, was actually was a top of the line model, flagship model. And a lot of the instruments that you see in here are the most current ones. You'll notice, if you ever get to see them up close, you'll notice a lot of the features and sounds and rhythms Joe actually showed off today are on some of our flagship models today. So it's great. It also happens to be one of our featured models during this month. We've actually had a lot of people adopt a Lowrey Stardust. They are up for adoption, and you don't want a Stardust to be orphaned. It's tear jerking. Puts a tears to your eye knowing that we have instruments like a Stardust that are abandoned, and we need to find a new home for it. But if you like and see what you heard today, I know Joe mentioned too, reach out to your staff members. You'll have an opportunity afterwards. We have some very special opportunities. I'm calling it special loyalty pricing for those who have been very loyal to us. It's definitely worth jumping into. And it's a great model nowadays for someone that has a smaller instrument that says, it'd be great if I had one of those expensive models, only much more affordable. That's what we're able to do with the Lowrey Stardust. So with that said, I'm going to have Joe here finish the finale. Let me just change this to this, add spotlight. There he is. And then as soon as we're done here, some of you will have an opportunity to visit with one of your favorite personal assistants. And take it away, Mr. Joe.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you. This next number I kind of put together earlier this morning because I've always wanted to try to do this in a concert. I'm going to do the old-fashioned Charleston, and the old Charleston, I'm going to do a medley of the old standards, a 5'2", Sweet Georgia Brown. If you remember when they did Sweet Georgia Brown, it was used for the Harlem Globetrotters, and they had a guy whistle. I'm going to use that. And then we have Bill Bailey and a couple other ones. But the last three settings that I put in here, speed it up, and I speed it up from 180 to 250 to 300. So if you know how the metronome counts is. So the last one I hope I can do. It's at the speed of 300 beats, 300 tempo of 300. So if you want to, you can get to your keyboard or your organ and put it at 250 and listen to it 300 and see what it really is. So I'm going to try to match, and what that number is going to be is 12th Street Rag. I am going to do at the speed of 300 at tempo. So we'll get to it. So we have three settings, okay? So I hope you enjoy this finale. Kind of different in the old Charleston way of playing. It's fun because it's all types of different instruments.
big round of applause to Mr.
All right,
Joe
thank you
Fontechia,
all. I hope you
everybody.
had fun. I had fun playing that last one.
Big round of applause. Big round of applause. Now, folks, before we go, let's first of all, everybody unmute yourself and say, hooray, good job, or something like that.
Good job.
Joe Fontechia.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining.